The FTC, which is kind of like the referee for the business world, decided it was time for a big change. Imagine a group of serious but creative rule makers sitting around a table thinking about how movies and advertising mix together. They realized that audiences were being shown products in movies without even knowing it, like secret messages hidden in plain sight. So the FTC made a bold new rule for movies, one that would shake up Hollywood and the way stories are told on screen. From now on, if a company pays to put their product in a movie, the movie has to tell you, right there on the screen, clear as day. No more guessing games or wondering if that soda can was just a coincidence. No more sneaky ads hidden in the story, tucked away in the background, or slipped into a character's hand without you noticing. Imagine your favorite hero in the middle of an epic adventure suddenly taking a break to drink zesty cola, and you instantly know it's a paid promotion, not just a random choice. The movie would flash a big, bold message: paid promotion. It's like the movie is being honest with you, letting you in on the secret. The goal? Honesty. The FTC wanted to make sure movies weren't tricking viewers into wanting stuff without realizing it. It's about trust between the audience and the storytellers. Of course, movie studios weren't exactly thrilled about this new rule. They worried it might ruin the magic or make their stories feel less real. But rules are rules, and they had to play along. Now, if a car company or candy brand paid for a cameo, you'd know right away. No more secret deals behind the scenes. The FTC wanted real transparency, not just a tiny line of text hidden in the credits at the very end of the movie. This bold move set the stage for a dramatic showdown in Hollywood, as studios and advertisers scrambled to adjust. And the person who would spark it all? Not a lawyer, not a politician, but an unexpected hero, Victoria Pimpleface, a quirky teenager with a knack for shaking things up. And that's where our story really begins, right at the moment when everything is about to change. Victoria Pimpleface was just a regular movie fan. She loved curling up in her cozy bedroom, popcorn in hand, and getting lost in the latest animated adventures. Movies were her escape, her way to relax after a long day at school. Victoria had seen all the classics and could quote her favorite lines by heart. Her room was decorated with movie posters, and she always looked forward to movie nights with friends or family. She was the kind of fan who got excited about new releases and loved sharing recommendations. For Victoria, movies were more than just entertainment. They were a passion. One day she watched the Emoji Movie and noticed something odd. Real apps and games everywhere. Dropbox, Candy Crush, Just Dance, and so many more seemed to pop up on the screen, almost as if the movie was showing off a digital playground. But as the movie went on, Victoria started to feel uneasy. It felt more like an ad than a movie, with brands and logos flashing by in every scene. She wondered if other viewers noticed it too. Victoria remembered something she'd learned in class. The FTC has a rule that says ads in movies and shows should be clearly labeled. She waited for a clear message, something like, "This is an ad," but nothing appeared, just a quick tiny credit at the end, so small she almost missed it. There was no obvious warning, no clear sign for viewers. She felt tricked. The rule was supposed to make ads obvious, not hidden in the fine print. Victoria realized that if she, a careful viewer, barely noticed, most people wouldn't either. Victoria believed Universal, the studio behind the movie, broke the rule on purpose. She wondered how many other movies did the same thing, sneaking ads past the audience. She decided to act. If the rules were for everyone, even big studios had to follow them. Victoria knew she couldn't just let it slide. Victoria made a list of every company featured in the movie, determined to hold them accountable. She started researching, jotting down names and details, ready to take the next step. She was ready to take on Hollywood, no matter how big the challenge seemed. Victoria knew it wouldn't be easy, but she was determined to make a difference. Sometimes it just takes one person to start a revolution. Victoria hoped her actions would inspire others to speak up too. Victoria was about to become that person, the one who stands up for what's right, even when it's tough. And she was just getting started. The adventure ahead would be bigger than any movie she'd ever seen. Victoria knew she couldn't take on the movie industry alone, so she searched for someone who could help her fight back. After weeks of searching, she finally found a lawyer who not only understood her concerns, but truly believed in her cause. Together, they began to build a case, gathering evidence and preparing for a battle that would soon capture the world's attention. They sued Universal, one of the biggest names in Hollywood, for secretly hiding sponsorships and advertisements in the movie credits, something most viewers would never even notice. But Victoria didn't stop there. Fueled by a sense of justice, she decided to take on every company whose product appeared in the film, no matter how big or powerful they were. She filed lawsuits against Alphabet, Meta, Dropbox, Just Dance, and many more companies that had slipped their brands into the movie. Even Microsoft was named, all because of a single scene featuring Candy Crush. The world was stunned. News outlets everywhere reported on how a regular person was taking on not just tech giants, but the entire Hollywood system. For Victoria, it was about more than just money. It was about honesty for viewers, especially for kids and families who trusted what they saw on screen. She quickly became a symbol of standing up to corporate giants, inspiring others to question what they saw in movies and media. The case made headlines everywhere, sparking debates about transparency and advertising and entertainment. Victoria was suddenly a hero to many, cheered on by people who wanted to see change. The battle lines were drawn, with Victoria and her lawyer on one side, and a lineup of powerful corporations on the other. The giants were officially on notice, forced to defend their actions in front of the world. And as the world watched, it was clear, Victoria was just getting started, and her fight for honesty in movies had only begun. The courtroom was packed. The companies sent their best lawyers. Microsoft surprised everyone. They argued they didn't own Candy Crush when the movie deal happened. The judge agreed. Microsoft was off the hook. For a moment, it looked like Victoria's case might fall apart. But she pivoted, suing the former CEO of King, the company behind Candy Crush. Victoria was relentless, following the trail of responsibility. The case grew more complex, but she kept pushing. Now, even individuals who made the deals were being held accountable. Victoria's determination inspired everyone watching. She wasn't just fighting companies, she was fighting for fairness. No loophole would stop her. The world watched, waiting for the verdict. The final verdict day arrived. The judge ruled for Victoria. Universal and all the tech companies had to pay for hiding ads. Even the former King CEO was found responsible. Victoria had beaten some of the world's biggest companies. She proved that rules apply to everyone, no matter how powerful. Victoria became a legend, and yes, she won a lot of money. But for her, it was about fairness and honesty. She showed that one person can make a difference. Her victory sent a message. Don't mess with your audience. Victoria Pimpleface, once just a movie fan, became a hero for everyone. If you see something wrong, you can change it. And that's a story worth telling. The end.